Good morning. We would just wait for a few more people to filter in. GM, Adam.
GM, friend.
Alrighty.
You got a plan for the Unchained side of things in Kevin's absence?
We do. We do.
Nice.
Yeah. Call this Elmots for this week. Alrighty. Let's kick things off. So, I'm going to start with the stats for the repos provided by Ocean. Record week, 107 PRs across 4 repos. 8 new contributors, which we love to see. 10 bounties created, 13 closed successfully, and only 1 failed, which is kind of be expected, but that's awesome, and we're still going in the right direction, and I think that we're going to blow that out of the park in the next week or 2 with all the stuff we got coming up. In terms of what we've shipped, Cosmos Space is live in production, so if you open up app.shapeshift.com, you'll see a Cosmos asset there. You can send it, receive it, view transaction history, market data, balances, all that fancy stuff. And the team is furiously at work finishing off the staking and delegation portion of things, which you guys can follow on the milestones on the Unchained, Lib, and Web repositories respectfully. We're aiming for the end of the week, April 1, for a code complete for that, and then squashing any bugs and hopefully going live with that next week is the goal. 2 kind of high-level things that are happening this week. We've got a roles and responsibilities meeting for engineering, which came out of the engineering retreat a couple of weeks back. So we have a bunch of new features kicking off and in progress and stuff. Like Wallet Connect, Demo Wallet, Idle Finance, heaps of things going on, and individual engineers are going to be like owning those from inception, the product handoff through to completion in production. So we're just kind of going to go over the roles and responsibilities there of what that's going to look like. So that's happening today. And then Tuesday, we're bringing back the engineering AMA in half of its form. So first half of the meeting will be for engineers to just give, 1 or 2 minute update on what the stuff that they've worked on, how it's related to users, just so the community can kind of get to know engineering a little bit more. And then second half just being like a kind of AMA type thing rolling into the lunch hour. So we've got a lot more community contributors that are looking to get involved, and just other people from product or ops are welcome to kind of open questions in an open format. So this week we've also got Foxy is trying to get to code complete at the end of this week and then go fully live end of next week. So that's a massive bounty that Toshi's been taking on, and a few of the workstream members have been bounty hunters for that, myself included. Ocean, please don't spank me for writing code. Keep key settings, we've got a go no go for that. Wallet Connect and demo wallet kickoffs are happening this week. So heaps of stuff happening, but basically our main focus is getting Cosmos staking and delegation out into production so we can put that behind us. And then we'll be focusing on our next kind of headline epic, which will be Thorchain starting after that. But not all of engineering will be on Thorchain. We're going to have probably half the team dedicated to all of these other smaller features that we can ship to users in the meantime. I'm going to hand it over to Elmut to run Kevin's corner. I'm going to put you up on the stage.
Hey, you guys hear me?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess for the next few weeks, as Kevin's out with his new baby, I guess I'll be giving these updates. Last week, we were pretty much the same as this week, finishing up the changes we need in Unchained, the Golang portion, for some additional information we need for doing the delegation stuff like APR, list of validators, just additional info we needed to pipe through Unchained, and then subsequently chain adapters. I know we just merged a PR from Kevin last week this morning that kind of links those up. So that part's done. And then I guess the plan this week, just continue supporting the integration. Now it's mostly front-end work. Most of the Unchained lib side is done. So just continue supporting Cosmos delegation front-end work. And I guess that's about it.
Cool. On the SRE side of things, last week I was focused on supporting the Thorchain hard fork. Got that all sorted. Thor nodes and Midgard are running updated versions. Probably going to be doing more of those updates today. And then was also working on Unchained cost optimization and started looking at EBS snapshotting, which will allow us to scale indexers, which could lead to more cost savings, but it will definitely lead to more resiliency if we need to restore snapshots on any daemons or blockbook instances, things like that. Going to be working on that more this week, finalizing EBS snapshotting this week, and then also working on running multiple different types of instances in Unchained, which will allow us to schedule certain workloads to instances where the efficiency will be highest. So we'll get more cost savings, cost optimization there. That is it for SREs. Kick it over to Mr. Nerdhair for security.
GM folks. This morning, Toshi and I are working on, or I guess it's not this morning, whatever. Toshi and I are working on Foxy deployment. I'm finishing up a report on that so I can get that card moved off of my to-do list. This Wednesday, we have an alpha architecture review meeting scheduled with DeFi and Major Hayes and myself. Willie's reached out for some help reviewing VFox code, and so I'll be helping him with that this week. I'm also going to work on reviewing Adam's ProtoTX builder updates. I hope to get that done by the end of the day so that he can get that into Axiom. There's a minor security fix that we need to deploy to Unchained this week. So now that I know that Elma is in charge of that, I will coordinate with him to do that. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Mr. Nerdick. So I've just been focused on getting Thorchain working again in beta in the wake of the upgrade last week. Cosmos as well. It's not glamorous. Somebody's got to do it until we get to feature parity. So happy to help that way. Demos this week, 10 a.m. on Wednesday. And I'm going to go make a sign up thread right now so that I don't get reminded by DeFi 10 minutes before demos.
You love those reminders, though.
I get my heart racing.
Awesome. Diggy.
Thank you.
Probably going to sound a lot like DeFi in what I say, but mobile migration UX, we're working on that this week. We went over the spec last week and in efforts to get that moving forward. There's some UX pieces for Thorchain, and then that will be, I think, kicking off next week. I was just talking to Fox McCloud about that. We are trying to update the developer portal on ShapeShift.com. It's outdated and not useful, so that's something we're working on. And then migration of our files into Figma. That's pretty much already underway, but we have some more things that we need to add. And then Cosmos staking, obviously, that's a big focus. And then kicking off, as DeFi said, Wallet Connect, demo wallet, and adding other EVM chains into the new web app. Foxy, just supporting anything we can on that to get that over the finish line. Just a reminder that the Yat bounty is underway with Linum Labs. So anything that we can do to give them what they need as they move forward in their UX exploration at this point. And then Impendo getting those trainings setting up for the various stakeholders. I will see if anybody else on the product side wants to jump up. And that's it for me. Thanks.
GM friends, GM Diggy. Got a quick one. We have a pull request up to the ShapeShift docs repo to make the changes that we discussed at the retreat, adding products recommendations and just trying to streamline the process for external parties to come in and add full features. So it's ready for review. I don't know who reviews the docs pull request, maybe DeFi Cafe, maybe Ocean. No major rush, just wanted you guys to know it's ready.
We appreciate it, sir. The person that gets nagged the most ends up reviewing it. So if you nag me nicely, I'll see what I can do for you.
Good to know. Thanks for the alpha.
All right. Do we want anything from Decentralized J or Fox McCloud?
Yeah, I can go real quick. I was just Diggy and yourself pretty much covered everything. As Diggy mentioned, Thorchain Kickoff, I just got scheduled for next Tuesday. We obviously have a handful of kickoffs this week too, so it should be a little bit back to back. But it'll be good to get all these things up in the air and moving. I've updated the rest of the projects I'm working on the slide, but don't need to take up any more time going over them. So that's it for me.
Cool.
Yep, similar here as well. Updated a bunch on the slide. Doing idle finance instead of tokamak. Cow swap underway. Wallet Connect, EVM networks both kicking off this week, and then working on a bunch of LP asset descriptions as well. While we monitor Gem and do some asset bounties on the TX history pieces. So moving along.
Awesome. Thank you all. I think that pretty much covers it. We can probably kill this releases section for mobile this week because this is completely style. And web happens on Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm gonna kill this. Yeah, so we're in pretty good shape. Like everyone can tell, super busy week coming up as a whole. Just giving a heads up to everyone, I am planning to head to Australia for a week or a little bit longer next week. I'll be largely working on the US time zone, but may not be awake for stand-up, but I'll coordinate with people throughout this week to make sure things go smoothly. But just a heads up with as much notice as possible to the wider group. Josh AF.
Hey, I just wanted to thank or appreciate or whatever for the engineering team that I know that we've made a lot of stuff to make our architecture better and simplify, and I just appreciate that we're also shipping features, right? And that really has seemed to really kick into gear. And I think it's super important seeing Cosmos out last week, and then soon to have Delegation and Foxy and all keep key settings, all kinds of stuff coming down. I just wanted to express the how awesome I think that is and how much I appreciate y'all for it.
Yeah, likewise. And thank you for the reminder for appreciations. I always manage to forget this, so I just added it to the template. And want to echo the same appreciations that I gave in Fox Props for the entire engineering team and really all of product and operations as well as a joint effort to get that one across the line. And similarly for all of the staking and delegation stuff that we're about to wrap up. Very much not just engineering, it's a cross-team effort. So appreciate you guys and all of your patience with all these kickoffs coming up as well. So yeah, thanks, Josh. Does anyone else want to do appreciations? We can wrap it up with appreciations instead of starting it, and we'll remember to start it next week. I appreciate Adam again for the ThorChain and Cosmos stuff in beta. It's very thankless work, but gets us out of trouble until we can ship ThorChain. Making great progress there, which is awesome.
DeFi.
I think DeFi, yeah, for approving PRs, reviewing PRs, pairing, just getting shit done.
Thanks, man. Alrighty. Unless there's anyone else that wants to give an appreciation, I think we might get Lo-Fi Girl back up here and wrap this up a little bit early. All right. GM, everyone. Have a good week.
GM.